I don't know if this is going to make it on a channel or not, at least under my regular channel, but I'm going to call this, You Know You Ain't White, or Do You Know That You Ain't White? Do you know you black? I mean, I know white people can get away with doing this and doing that and doing all this other kinds of stuff, but brother, I'm talking to my African American brothers and sisters, and anybody else who's got a permanent tan. You ain't white. Your grandmother didn't tell you, baby, you can't do like they do, baby. Don't you know now? You hanging with them white children, but you can't do like they do. You never got the you can't do like they do speech. I'm not saying it's right, but you never got the you can't do like they do speech from your grandmother or your aunt or your uncle. He probably just was calling them crackers, crackers, but you never got that speech. For real. For real. Nobody told you that you can't walk through life and do some of the crazy stuff that white kids with money can. I'm sorry if they didn't tell you, but I'm telling you now. You ain't white. Should they be shooting us? No. But you ain't white, though. And you know what? Some of y'all want to call white people the devil, right? If you really believe that they're the devil, which I don't believe they're the devil. I don't believe in any of that. But if you believe they're the devil, you need to make sure that the devil doesn't have an excuse to act devilish. I don't think all white people are the devil. But sometimes, like especially if I meet a cop I think is racist and he's giving me a hard time for nothing, I think, this might be one of them ones that's actually like a devil. So I don't give the devil an excuse to act devilish. And I could still die, but I haven't yet. Everybody I know that don't give the devil an excuse to act devilish doesn't get killed by the white cop that's acting like a devil. So now you believe that they're the devil, right? You believe they're the devil, then, and you believe you live in a system of racism, white supremacy, right? Which I do think we do live in a racist system. But if you're going by all that, why don't you follow the Neely Fuller Jr. advice? If you don't know who Neely Fuller Jr. is, that's part of your problem right there. He says to act like you're a POW, name, rank, and serial number. That's what I do. It works for me. But you know what I think? I think some of y'all are phony as shit. That's right. This ain't going on the regular channel. This is going on this channel. Because I opened up that can of worms. I think some of y'all full of shit. I think what you want to do is you want to be able to walk up to a cop, piss on his shoes, spit in his face, call him a cracker, and he can't do nothing. I'm going to say it again. I think some of y'all want to be able to walk up to a white cop, racist or not, piss on his shoes, spit in his face, call him a cracker, and he can't do nothing. Why? Because you act like that every single time, always when a black person gets shot, it's bad. You don't want to stop, wait, see what happens, then decide whether we should go off or not. And some of you, I'm not going to call this guy's real name because I'm subscribed to him. I'm going to use the inflection for his name so you know who I'm talking about. I'm going to call him the dead guy. The dead guy is going to be a dead guy, and he's going to set his nephew up that he talks about to die. The dead guy's nephew is going to die because his uncle is teaching him to be entirely too defiant in the name of Islam. Now, despite all you want to hear about people, there's people on you talking about Islam's divine religion, blah, 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 you submit to no man. You are taking that out of context. Or are you? Maybe that's what Islam teaches. But I don't think so. From what I read in the Quran, I don't think that's what they teach, per se. But I could be wrong. But whether they do or not, listening to a police officer's command is not the same thing as calling them a god or calling them Allah. You hire these people through your taxes to protect the safety of everybody, right? Everybody. So sometimes that may fall on you to have to do something. They may just want to ask you a question, man. Sometimes they just want to ask you a question. Every time they ask you a question, it's not a violation of your rights. And see, this is another thing which you guys are not going to get. because I think you're really full of shit. When they are really, truly being racist towards you, the real slick racist people, they're going to hide behind a legitimate reason. You're not going to really know that it's racism per se until after the fact. Unless they come right out the gate calling you a nigger, boy, moon cricket, sit your black ass down or something. They're going to hide behind a legitimate reason and do selective rule enforcement. Meaning it's stuff they let everybody else get away with, but not you. So let's take it to driving and the cops, because this is where I've usually ran into things with cops. Now there's a stop sign, right? I'm driving, there's a stop sign. I'm supposed to stop at the stop sign, right? So 4 white people have just drove through the stop sign. So I forget I'm black. I say, the 4 white people ain't stop at the stop sign. I'm going to run the stop sign too. And then when I drive through the stop sign, oh, here comes the devil, and he beats my ass for it. Now, should the devil have beat your ass for you running through the stop sign? No. But you are black, though. So if it's a race soldier that's just looking for an excuse to mess with a nigga, they're going to get you. You gave them the all clear to beat your black ass. Now, I know a brother got shot. They say he was holding a book. Which I thought that was, I was like, well, I guess we back on the plantations where, black people can't read anymore, right? That's what it is. That's the most dangerous brother anyway in the system of racism and white supremacy. But I digress. But it's not always a lot of times that, the brother was holding a book, or the guy that laid down on the ground and still got shot. He really shouldn't have laid down on the ground unless they told him to lay down on the ground. I hope that brother that got shot who laid down on the ground with his hands up, I hope he gets a few mil. And those cops get fired. But anyway, those of you who apparently are black but don't really want to accept the ramifications of full blackness, I'm going to use a white song to tell you, just to piss you off even more. And I really, you know why? Because some of you people who are crying right now, back in the day when I was younger and I was telling yo, man, the cops are giving me a hard ass time. Some of you same ones who's crying right now about all black boys and hands up, don't shoot. When I was getting harassed by the cops because I was young and broke as hell, you ain't give a damn. You did not give a damn. No, you didn't. You said, what were you doing? You was doing something, especially you were doing that karate. You was doing something. So, I don't want to hear it. Is that John Cougar Mellencamp that had that song that goes, hey, little boy, you can't go where they go, 'cause you don't look like they do. That's just the way it is. But things will change. So this is what we got to do. We got to deal with the way it is until things change, until we can change things. So let's deal with the way it is. Be polite to the cops. Suppress your urge to want to go piss on their shoes, spit in their face, and call them a cracker because you full of shit. Let's suppress that urge and find ways where we can iron out proper police protocol so they can deal with people. Because some people are not going to be able to act right because they have mental issues. But that's not even the vast majority of the people that are getting shot. Some of y'all are getting shot because your ego is too damn big and you just don't want nobody to tell you nothing. And some people are getting shot because they actually pulled a gun on a cop. And then you know what happens? When you do that ignorant crap that you want to do out of your ego, that makes it much more likely for the regular brothers who are trying to comply to get shot. Because they're going to assume that we, because we share your skin, are like you. So what are you doing? When you fight the power the wrong way, you bring the wrong powers on people who are trying to live the right way.